Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are getting started here. Still trying to work on... Actually, we're pretty far in our construction queue here. We're already working on these railways. So let's figure out what we want to do next. So first thing we'll look at is we'll look at radicals. Still got a lot in Para. A lot of development to be done there. Still got a lot in former Venezuela. Got a lot to be done there. Former Colombia were mostly okay, but Peru needs development. So, and then Jujuy. So, how can we develop in Para? You know, we got a lot of issues here. We need urban centers here is what we need. So we need to get our urban industry. So, let's take a look here. Seems like paper mills and glassworks are going to be the way to do it. Can we put lead mines here? We cannot, but we can put more logging camps in. So we'll do that, and then we'll put some paper mills and some glassworks. Because we know those will be moderately profitable at least. Furniture manufactories are also needed in our customs union. Luxury furniture is relatively cheap though. And we can sell a lot of that in America, so let's go ahead and get started doing that. Moving right along here. Let's see, coal mines, tooling workshops, something that we can definitely expand. But let's look at formerly Venezuelan territories. Bolivar, actually a decent amount of population. No labor available, quite a few industrial buildings already. So let's build up paper mills, furniture manufactories, and tooling workshops. Miranda. Is this? Okay, this is not an Amazonian state. Neither is Bolivar. Alright. Yeah, I think furniture manufactories and textile mills here as well are going to be the way to go. And maybe a few levels of logging camps, and a couple of iron mines here in Bolivar. And then in Zulia, we have done a certain amount of development already. There's a lot of labor available in Zulia, because this, I think, was the... or no, I think Miranda was the capital of Venezuela before, but Zulia's... Anyway, I think a nice big high-level arts academy is a good thing to build here, and we can build up to level 5 for both paper and steel mills. And then there's a transport shortage for these mines, but we are currently working on the necessary railway is under construction at least. Let's see, steel's looking okay, glass is a little tight. Maybe we'll go ahead and we'll put all of the glassworks that we had in construction. Let me see. Oh, that's really low construction efficiency. And maybe we'll wait on that and just do... I think we should work on the railways first, because those once you've got the railways built, it's easier to get a lot of other things ready to go. Communist Netherlands. Interesting. I cannot ask for anything I want. So that should be fine. Which decides Netherlands. Tehuelche is pretty much fully colonized at this point. So I think it might be time for us to go after Chile. Now that we've got a solid development plan in place, let's make ourselves a protectorate. They will not accept, once again, nobody really interested in intervening. So let's do it. They've refused. Nobody is surprised by this. Let's get the 3rd and the 4th Brazilian armies into the area. And again, that shouldn't really pose much of a problem for us financially. We'll be good to go. Panama Canal Company is still productive, so we're still getting that tasty 50,000 pounds of additional income, quote unquote. Private construction queue is a lot bigger now, mostly because the economy is huge. Let me see. Actually, there's 3.72 million pounds in the investment pool, and it's going up at 20k a week. So I think that's a pretty good indicator that we can increase the size of the construction sector without causing a problem. So let's put a couple of levels in Para, a couple more levels in Zulia. Let's see. Where are heavily populated areas in the north? Hey, there's socialism. I think we're just going to need another couple in Paraguay. Or Baixo Paraguay, rather. And we're looking pretty good for our core areas at present. So maybe we'll just put a couple more in Minas Gerais and a couple more in Rio de Janeiro. I've queued in 10. That's a big... It's going to be pretty high cost once we do that. So let me grab... this is Baixo Paraguay. Do I not have railways under construction here? I do. They're in the middle. They're almost done being built. They're all the way at the top. All right, beautiful. And I think we're going to pull the trigger on those right now. And we're just going to kind of enjoy the cost. No one has gotten into this diplomatic play, so we are good to have whatever we desire. Diplomatic play kicking off in North Germany. First comparison here is extremely good. I don't know why their army is not on the front, but it is what it is. And there's one in Nigeria. We can't get anything for supporting France. And what if you gave us huge piles of cash? Yes. Excellent. Huge piles of cash it is. Alright, so this means 4th Brazilian Army is going to Mecklenburg, baby. That's going to be fun. We're a little short on convoys right now, and we haven't been raided, so that means we need more ports. What's a good place to build ports? Don't have a lot of labor available in our normal coastal areas here. Yeah, let's grab a couple in Zulia, one in Miranda, one in Ecuador, there's a bunch in Ecuador, and one in Antiquia. And we once again throw those up at the top of the queue, because we need to get those built. Oh, these construction sectors are still working. Construction sectors are more important than ports in a kind of immediate way. Wonderful. So that's excellent. We're going to get a huge pile of cash from this. Once this war kicks off, that is. 2 arms. Alright, looks like the enemy is actually putting units in here, but force comparison is still looking solid. Let's take a look at a battle we got going on here. Very nice. Enemy is using mostly line infantry, so I'm very confident that our trench infantry and shrapnel artillery can win under this circumstance. I'm just going to keep an eye on the force comparison here. Again, 4th Brazilian is going to come back once they're ready to go. And that means that our economy is going to grow at an absolutely humongous rate. Again, I don't actually need to be here, but since I'm getting paid so very much for the condottieri that I'm sending, it only seems reasonable that I would actually send soldiers, units to help things out over there. I'm still rivaling Spain, right? Yes. Yes, Spain and I are rivals. Brilliant. Peace between air and the French Republic. Well, I'm glad that the French Republic is breathing once again. As memey as it would be, I do kind of want to get a protectorate over Florida, but I'm worried that that the United States is gonna try to get Florida back, and that's gonna draw me into a war with them, and that I really don't want that. So, all right, we are getting these ports built, and it's looking a lot like our number of convoys is recovering a little bit. So I'm pretty confident about that. This war is mostly going to be long, I suspect. We finished out the war in Mecklenburg, so the Fourth Army is coming back, earning that tasty bankroll from Prussia for 87,000. So, so Prussia's economy is actually smaller than ours. So this bankroll that they're providing us with is a really substantial loss for them. Is a really substantial cost for them. So, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be... I think we might be about to destroy the Prussian economy, which I have done before in previous runs, destroyed the Prussian economy through condottieri work, so we'll see if I'm able to do that again. So what is the capital zone of Chile? It is Santiago, the area we're currently fighting over. Wonderful. That's great. And it looks like we might be actually about to conquer the rest of the area, because we got a lot of occupation here. 77%. Yeah. I see. So this is I see, and then it changes from being that comparison thing to being 100%. Perfect. So this means that Chile no longer has war support protection. They're losing 6 war support per week. So we can just do as we like. We have created quite a strain on our glass industry. How's our porcelain industry doing? Ooh, rotary valve engine. Oh, that is potentially very useful. We can definitely export. We can't export that much porcelain. We can sell some to Vietnam. We got a lot of trade routes running at this time, so I think open hearth process. That's actually really good. In fact, I'm going to queue in open hearth process after wargaming, because open hearth process is going to allow us to do to get more steel without necessarily having more steel without building more steel mills. Perfect. Can't get a subject here. What about... Here, this is Messina. That's in Africa. Right? Yeah. Messina Bourgeois Revolt. I can't reach there, so that's not going to help me. 1 iota. There's another uprising in Brunei. And there's wargaming. Can you become a subject? Trade agreement. I don't want a trade agreement, El Salvador. I want a supervisory agreement. I want you to agree to be supervised by me. Are we still short of man o' wars? Oh, right, because the 2 countries I just took over are using out-of-date methods for their military shipyards. All right, we'll put another set of shipyards on building man o' wars. So that should sort that. And then we're short silk. One of these countries is trying to build luxury clothes. Now, where can we get silk from? We can get some silk from Italy. Currently, we're getting a bunch of luxury clothes from abroad, but... Hey, there's Junacol. Gotta remember to switch over to that in a minute. Currently, we're getting a bunch of luxury clothes from abroad, so I could actually start producing my own in these here textile mills. I would need to get a lot of silk, obviously. Let's hit the button for that and see how that impacts the price of silk in our market. Let's start a new import route from Britain, because that's a wonderfully productive import route, and we'll see how that... Okay, so those are both growing. New silk routes are going up. Let's let them continue to grow, and we'll see kind of how that impacts us. Very good. Still growing. Import route of ammunition, don't need that. Import route of luxury clothes, obviously don't need that. Export route of sugar to France. I'll keep it for now. It's kind of not productive, but you know countries are going to want our sugar. Alright, we're up to 50. We're continuing to import. So that's good. I think it's marginally better to import silk than it is to import luxury furniture, luxury clothes, rather. We're actually bringing in a ton of glass from Great Britain. As we build all these glassworks up, we'll probably cut back on that, because we can technically produce our own. Alright, we are now bringing in enough silk, technically, to run these factories. Are they productive? They are, actually. That's exciting. If I go to elastics, that'll cost rubber, and I've got a ton of rubber in the market. So, oh, and it'll use less silk if we do this. Yes, absolutely. Trade agreement with the USA? Wonderful. Love it. Let's do it. Interesting. We're actually still importing more silk, but I guess we're outputting more at this point. So this is very good. Regular clothes are becoming very expensive, but luxury clothes are cheap as dirt. Who can we sell these to? Oh, the Brits and the French. Alright, hang on. I need to be more cognizant of this, because I've just realized we've got a whole new way we can do our economy at this point. So let's build some more ports. I'm basically going anywhere we got labor available and building ports. And we're going to put these all the way at the top. We're going to put these mostly all the way at the top. Because having more convoys is going to allow us to do more with this. Clothes, we've still got plenty to export. Oh, but those trade routes are still growing. The play for power. I don't like that, whatever that is. Gatilio Mallet, leader of the rural folk, has made a remarkable play for power in the capital in order to secure a spot for the rural folk within the government. However, it's not entirely clear if they should be rewarded for their novel tactics. There's only one light on the street that leads up to the rural folk headquarters. There's also only one light inside. There Gatilio Mallet relaxes among the sumptuous mahogany furniture and velvet cushions. The lamp is identical to those that have been sent from the east. The ends justify the means, and our means are very, very justified. It's difficult to not believe him when he offers an inviting seat by his side. He should be recognized for this, stronger rural folk. Or not all is fair in love and war. Rural folk salty, minus 25% power. The rural folk are an interesting partner for the liberals, but so far we've done well with the industrialists. I'm gonna upset the balance of power a little bit. There is a revolution going on in Spain. I cannot, well, I mean, I could unilaterally support one side or the other, but, it looks like a lot of Europe is leaning towards supporting Spain, so we'll just let that kind of let that go for the moment. We are in an election cycle. There's an Uluruan uprising against Australia. Australia's a dominion of Great Britain, and Great Britain's going after China, looking for a treaty port in Fujian down here. Sikh Empire is going with China. Looks like the British Raj is with Britain, as it would normally be. So I think we can just kind of live and enjoy our huge piles and piles of cash. Now, I do need to be cognizant at this point, because I'm living on borrowed time here. I'm still getting cash from Great Britain, but I'll need to kind of relax with my going absolutely buck wild building. But let's see how things go. Obviously the, hang on. Oh, Elastics, I see. Elastics is producing way more luxury clothes than clothes. Is that hurting our standard of living? Not really. Alright, let's see where else we can sell luxury clothes, because the more of that we can do abroad, the better. I thought we were already selling them in France. Let's sell them in France. And maybe we'll also sell them in China. And that'll allow us to just continue to build up our textile industries to an absolutely absurd degree. And then when the time comes... So, now why are these a little bit unprofitable? Because rubber's expensive. There's no way rubber's expensive in my customs union. I'm Brazil. I'm the lead... Well, okay. Alright, so in that case, my objective is clear. It's time to build some rubber plantations. And by some, I mean every single rubber plantation. Let's see, where we got labor? Got some labor in Amazonias. Got some labor in Para. Got a bit in Mato Grosso. Got some in Santa Cruz. Got a bunch in La Paz. We'll just max out La Paz. And then, that'll be where we'll go as we get building. I know I'm queuing in a bunch of things, and one rubber plantation back up to the top. I know I'm queuing in a bunch of things, but I'm what's the word? I'm drunk with power. That's what I am. I'm drunk with power. Also, wine coolers. Don't know what a wine cooler is? Ask your parents. Relations with Argentina are actually neutral. Let's go ahead and improve them. Relations with Chile are cordial. Let's improve them up to amicable. Just to make sure we're good to go with these countries. I may end up... Like, obviously I'm going to end up annexing them eventually, but for the moment, we'll just kind of do what we're doing. The Free Trade Party are continuing to get momentum, which makes me a little bit nervous, because I don't necessarily want them capturing the government, again, because of my whole desire to have universal suffrage eventually. Ooh, a movement for compulsory primary schooling. That would be lovely. But, of course, the industrialists would stand against it, which I don't love. Obligation from Great Britain is expiring. They are infamous. But they're not bankrolling us anymore. Yeah, here we go. We're down to one bankroll. That's okay. We're doing very respectably financially. There's a rubber rush. You know what we're gonna do. Yeah, our finances are very good actually for being currently under a bankroll. Not under only one bankroll. So having all these plantations, these rubber plantations building, should really deal with our rubber issue, and that'll help us output a lot more clothes. Technology-wise, we're heading towards open hearth process, so let's take a quick run at that and figure out what that's going to take. So, we got 47 levels of steel mills. When we go to open hearth process, that'll add a huge... that'll add 30 iron input per steel mill. And that's going to be 30 times 50, functionally, is 450. So that's going to increase our iron output by 450. I think it's barely going to affect things. Alright, so once again, we're kind of in this weird place where the petite bourgeoisie... I don't want the petite bourgeoisie joining the Liberal Party. What I'm hoping is that they'll become irrelevant and we'll be able to stop worrying about it. Actually, I think I might be able to get them there by switching the whaling industry over to... and fishing industry over to... you know, those things. Those new things. Steamers. Steamers. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. You telling me they're going out of business? I don't believe them. I'm sure we can sell fish abroad. Everyone loves fish. You know who love fish? The Brits and the Prussians. Perfect. What's going to help that? Oh, we lost a general. Third Brazilian army needs an honorable bandit and a positivist. Wonderful. First Brazilian army still got 2. Fourth Brazilian army still got 2. So we are doing good to go with those fellas. Well, good to go, am I right, fellas? So the interior is fully colonized at this point. It looks like Sucknam is still hanging in there. Chile still has colonization, right? Yes, it does. I wonder... Oh, you know what? I wonder if they're technically overseas or something, and that's why. Prussia sides with Anhalt. Oh yeah, there's diplomatic plays going on. Furniture going after an uprising in Johor. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I can reform the government, but I don't need to. Gold reserves at 18 million. That's just fine. I think all this building up our rubber infrastructure is going to help us a lot, actually, because everyone and their brother wants to buy rubber right now, and we're the world's biggest source of rubber. There's open hearth process. Let's go ahead and get our steel mills switched right over to it, and that should cover the cost of all of the steel we've been producing. So, next stop on the tech tree. Pump jacks is a big temptation. If I can get electrical capacitors, I can produce more clothes, and that would be very good for me. We'll go with electrical generation for the time being. God, pump jacks is really tempting, though, because pump jacks is really strong. I do have defense in depth on the docket. I could do self-propelled torpedoes and then defense in depth, but on the other hand, that would give me siege artillery, but actually I think I need to do production stuff because I can't actually use siege artillery until I'm down here at radio. So I think we're queuing in electrical generation, then pump jacks. We already got thresher machines spreading to us, so that should spread, and hopefully we'll grab shift work on the way down. And then actually we'll queue in shift work, and then we'll get electrical capacitors, and that should help our clothes situation. So, gotta be new export routes for luxury clothes at this point. We're producing so many of them. Let's go to vacuum packaging for these food industries. That'll put a price on our oil, which our whalers are producing quite a bit of. Where is oil in here? It's down here. We're doing just fine for oil, so that should be fine. And groceries, we can start exporting. Prussia will buy them. We're becoming an export economy, and I'm very pleased with the overall results. This construction is going a lot slower than I was hoping, and I'm actually genuinely really tempted to increase the size of the construction sector again. Investment pool is at 2.25 million and holding functionally. It's going up or down by less than 1,000. So maybe we'll just be good to go on that. We're doing a big old economy retool. I'm actually really tempted. What if I just steal Costa Rica? Who lives in Costa Rica? Central Americans, Hispanophone, European heritage. They'd be accepted. The temptation to push north is very, very, very strong. There are a lot of countries that could intervene. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but it'll be for the next episode. We got another little by little event. This is that one where we say we shall make Brazilians of them yet to get us extra assimilation, and I'm gonna do it. I don't need more rubber throughput. I'm doing that with the industry. Austria and Prussia are helping each other out against a Senegalese peasant revolt. Well, what did you offer them? Is Russia, do you have holdings in Senegal? Is this Senegal? No. This one. The Dutch? Senegal? Ah. They're a, the Netherlands is a protectorate of Russia or something. Hell on Earth event. You know we're going to launch that inquiry. I like rubber, but not as much as I like not having mortality. So, that's how that goes. Alright. Journal of Philosophical Studies. Members of the philosophy department from the University of Rio de Janeiro have signed a formal petition for the government funding for their next project, a scientific journal. With the foundation of our philosophical studies, we welcome a new era in the scrutiny of the mind, an era of rigorous scientific and... let me try this again. With the foundation of our philosophical studies, we welcome a new era in the scrutiny of the mind, an era of rigorous research and serious experimentation, an era of scientific collaboration among our foreign colleagues, a safe haven in which all investigations pertaining to this topic can be shared. We have no resources for this, angry academics, or fund this journal, extra prestige. You know I'm going to fund that journal, but that's all I've got for today. I've had a great time. I hope you all have had fun as well, and I will see you on the other side.